David shows us that when we feel this acute sense of loss or despair or sorrow, when life is not the way we expect it to be, what we ought to do is actually go to God, look around at the circumstances that we're in, and be honest with him about it. That's the first thing that lament allows us to do. Lament allows us to look around at our situations and be honest. I love that David 4 times just straight up tells God exactly how his reality feels. David isn't trying to cover up this emotion, trying to cover up this reality with some sort of glossy prayer. He's not trying to pray his problems away. He's not trying to say some incantation that will suddenly make his experience better. No, David actually in his lament, he talks to God and he says, God, this is exactly how I feel. It feels like you've forsaken me. It feels like you're gone. It feels like I have no escape. It feels like I'm never going to win again. And I love that. Because lament allows us, actually the better word is it requires us to be honest with God. You want to know how to fight with God? You want to know how to process where God is in the midst of pain or confusion? It starts by simply being honest. For David, in the midst of this sorrowful season of his life, this winter time of his soul, he looks around at his situation. And he doesn't pretend to God that everything's perfect. No, instead he says, God, everything is falling apart and it feels like it's your fault. And I love that this is in the Bible. Like I love that like half of the Psalms are these types of things. That this wasn't sanitized out of what the experience of faith actually is. That we can flip open centuries later and read David's exact expressions to God, his prayers to God, and see that it's okay to look at God and be honest.